Welcome to Wake Up Yoga. I want to share a practice with you today that on one hand can be a great way to wake up your body first thing in the morning. And therefore, I don't mean for this to be a really intense or hard practice, but really a way to ease into our body in the morning. But wake up also in the sense that I think it can be so helpful to focus in our yoga practice, not just on waking up the body, but sort of cultivating that ability to be present and to be alert and awake in regard to mindfulness. Sometimes I get up and start my day, and before I know it, I'm focusing on a million different things all at once, feeling somewhat scattered and distracted. And I think that our yoga practice can also help us to be more present, to be more with what's right in front of us, more focused and more attentive. So I want to sprinkle in that piece of mindfulness along the way as well. We'll start standing. A couple of yoga blocks can be really helpful for one of the poses we'll do a little later. If you don't have those, a chair would work as well. And a blanket, just if that's your preference for extra padding or support along the way. And come on up to stand when you're ready, and we'll start really simple by sort of shifting our weight from one leg to the other. I know that some people, they wake up and they're ready to go in the morning. I'm one of those people that needs a little bit more time to wake up. And so let this just be a really gentle and easy movement as you're climbing into your body, so to speak. And then I want to kind of invite you to let this become a little bit of a freestyle movement. So sensing into your body, just see if you can begin to move without this being any particular shape, anything in particular to focus on, but to just kind of move, and maybe the arms start to reach up at some point, and there's a little bit of a stretching and lengthening going on. Getting into your joints, feeling muscles waking up along the way here. Maybe even adding a couple of big breaths here along the way. All right, and then giving weight into both feet again. See if you can open your arms kind of into a big open V shape, and take a nice big breath in here. And then wrap your arms around your chest, almost give yourself a little hug here, bending the knees and also rounding the spine ever so slightly. And then we'll try again. We'll take a big breath in as we open the arms, open the chest, maybe looking up here. And exhale, wrap your arms around you and fold inward. I'll turn around. It's almost a kind of a version of cat and cow. Inhale as we open the chest. Lengthen the spine, and exhale. Wrap your arms around yourselves. And breathing in as you open. And exhale. And go ahead, try this a couple more times, moving at your own pace. This can be a big or a small movement. Again, so important to really listen to your body and make those movements your own. Good. When you're ready, let that go and just give the body little wiggles here, a little bit of a shakeout. All right, from here, let's send right arm forward, left arm back. And you may already notice how my torso moves into a little bit of a twist, a little bit of a rotation. And then go ahead and switch sides. And we'll start to find a little bit more of a momentum. It's not necessarily about speeding it up, but just letting the arms swing forward and back, very loose. And then at some point, add your legs. See if you can bend the knees every time the arms drop down. And we'll also add some breath here. Breathing in the nose, exhale out your mouth. Starting to invigorate a little bit more, not just through movement, but also breath. And try this a few more times. And we'll begin to slow this down. Maybe movements get a little smaller until we return all the way to stillness with your eyes just softly gazing at a spot in front of you. Take a moment and just notice your body here. Feet flat on the ground. Sensations in your legs, your upper body, but also noticing a little bit of this activation. Maybe your heart rate is a little faster, your breath has changed a bit. And to take a nice big breath in here and open your mouth. Let that go. From here, let's bring the arms to about shoulder height, and I'll turn around. We'll add a little bit more movement here and take a nice big breath in and let your left hand come down, right arm reaches long overhead. And for now, let's repeat that, breathing in as you come to center and exhale, opening the side body as you lean to the other side. Inhale back to center and exhale, switch. And just one more time, big breath in, arms out, and exhale, lean to the right side. Let's come back to center and we'll continue with some simple movements, but emphasizing the breath a little bit more. So see if you can take a big breath in as the arms come up and overhead, and exhale to just about shoulder height. Let's try that one more time. Big breath in, let the arms come up. And exhale. We're going to add a little bit of retention. So see if you can inhale the arms up, inhale to a comfortable depth, and just briefly hold your breath. And when you're ready, release your arms all the way down. Exhale, 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 exhale. We'll try again. Take a big breath in and let the arms come out and up right away. Exhale to just about shoulder height. Inhale, let the arms come up, maybe stand a little taller through the body. Exhale, open to shoulder height. We'll add holding the breath, so go ahead and inhale to a comfortable depth, briefly hold. And when you're ready, exhale, exhale, exhale. Release your arms out and down. One last time, take a breath in, let the arms come out and up. Exhale to just about shoulder height. Inhale as the arms come back up. And exhale as you open. We'll hold the breath with the next round. Inhale comfortably, briefly hold your breath. And this time open your arms and fold upper body all the way down and over your lower body. Let your head drop. Let your shoulders relax. Let your body be quite heavy here. And take a nice big breath in through the nose. Exhale, let it go. Let's open the arms wide, lift from your chest, and slowly return back up to stand, hands overhead. Exhale, release your arms down by your sides. I'll turn back around, but let's inhale the arms back out and up again. And this time open your arms and come about halfway forward, maybe a little less, so no need to challenge those back muscles too much, but take a big breath in as you hold here. Exhale, let your fingertips come down, let your upper body fold over lower body. Maybe knees are slightly bent here. And then open your arms, lift from your chest, take a big breath in, come back up to stand, hands together. And open your arms, standing tall. Let's try that a couple more times. Big inhale, let the arms come out and up. Exhale, come about halfway forward and briefly hover. Inhale here. Exhale, fold all the way. Let the knees soften ever so slightly. With your next in-breath, open the arms, lift your chest, come back up to stand, hands together. And open your arms by your sides to exhale. One last time, big breath in, stretch through the body, grow a little taller here. Exhale, come forward about halfway, big inhale here. Exhale, fold all the way, let your head drop. And as you begin inhaling, open the arms, lift your chest, come back up to stand, arms overhead, and release your arms back down by your sides. Take a brief moment here. Eyes may either be closed or again, look for a soft gaze, looking at the ground in front of you. And simply notice your body. Notice what's happening right in this moment. Sensations, breath. Setting everything else aside and really just to take that moment to feel yourself right here. Take one more big inhale. Open your mouth. Let it go. Exhale. All right, I'll turn back around and you can also face the long end of your mat. Have yoga blocks somewhere in front of you. We'll come back to them in a moment. For now, though, step your feet about 2.5 to 3 feet apart. So a healthy step apart. And then we'll turn the heels in so that the toes point out at, I want to say, maybe a 45-degree angle. If you turn them out too much, it starts to get a little wobbly and it might be harder to balance. So do make sure that you feel quite stable here. Bring both hands to the hips and go ahead and begin to bend and straighten both knees a few times. So you're dropping down into a little squat and straightening the legs again. And this can be a very small movement, knees perhaps just bending an inch or so, or if you are filling up for a little more of a challenge, you are welcome to go lower. And at some point, bend your knees and see if you can find a depth in that shape that you can sustain for a little while, that you can be with for a few breaths here. If there are any other arm variations that come to mind, maybe opening the arms into these kind of 90-degree angles, drawing elbows back, you're welcome to do that. And notice your breathing here. And then notice sensations starting to sort of light up a little more, maybe in your legs, maybe in your shoulders, and create just the right amount of sensation that sort of grabs your attention. Not too much, not too little, just enough so that you begin to engage with what's happening in your body a little bit more. And then be with it. Notice what's happening. Feel body. Notice sensations and notice breath. As sensations change, you might have to adapt and readjust a little. Feel free to do that, but let's give this a few more breaths. Staying present with what's happening right now. One last breath. And slowly straighten the legs. Turn your feet parallel, so toes are pointing forward again, or if you do need to step your feet together and shake out your legs there for a moment, feel free to do that. And then with your feet stepped apart again, let's go ahead and take a breath in and let the arms come out and up. Exhale, hinge forward from your hips and bring your hands right onto your blocks. Feel free to grab a chair instead, but we are looking for a flat back, so I'll turn around real quick so you can kind of see this side view, but you might have to play with the height of the blocks a little bit and see if you can find a place where your spine is nice and long. Okay? Keeping the right hand on the block, let's open left arm out to the side and slowly begin to twist, letting the left arm reach up towards the ceiling. And here too, I'll give you a little bit of time to explore if maybe there is some other variation where the left hand is holding onto the left hip as you turn your body. Feels a little easier in the shoulder. Left arm can reach up. Creating the sense of length here of right hand pressing down, left arm growing a little longer. And then take a moment here, notice breathing. And begin to get a little closer to sensations in your body, closer to what's playing out here. Sensations in your legs, your shoulder. And without the need to explain what's happening or analyze or label, just to be with experiences in the body right now. And take about 3 more big breaths here. When you're ready to release your left hand down with both hands on the blocks, you may re-establish your flat back, lengthen your spine, even get a sense for your neck being in line with the rest of the spine instead of letting the head drop. And then keep your left hand on those blocks and begin to open your right arm. And this feeling of trying to stack the right shoulder a little further on top of the left shoulder. Again, if any other arm variations come to mind here that you prefer to explore, please do. And after some exploring, some sort of trying this on for yourself today, see if you can take a few breaths, really let yourself land in this shape right here. And all sorts of sensations might show up here, right? From some slight discomfort to very pleasant and easy. And to see if we can make room for all of it. Staying present. You know, as we go through our days, chances are not every single experience is pleasant and easy. It's almost a way to use our practice to get a little bit more grounded in ourselves, a little more resilient in a way, and to see how we can also show up for things that perhaps aren't as easy and comfortable. And let's add just one more big breath here. And then slowly let that go. Hands on the blocks. This time from that flat back, go ahead and let your back muscles relax. And you might change the height setting of the blocks or even bring your fingertips onto the floor, but allow your spine to gently round, back muscles are softening, maybe your head drops. And take a few big breaths here. Almost this feeling of just letting yourself hang. You know, your upper body is quite passive, disengaged. Letting go. And take just one last breath here. And when you're ready to lift your chest, you can bring the hands to the hips, pass through your flat back. And as you come up, take a moment and step your feet back together. And of course, feel free to wiggle out your legs a little. All right, let's head down to the mat, lying down on your back. And I'll give you a moment for that. So come onto your mat, knees are bend. The feet are flat on the ground. And take a moment to settle in any small movements or adjustments that you'd like to make here along the way. Notice back muscles relaxing and letting go here. And notice breath. All right, I want to continue into a few bridge poses. So with your feet flat on the floor, the ankles are approximately under the knees. Press into the feet. And while the hips lift up, simultaneously also reach your arms up and overhead. And then go ahead and exhale, slowly roll down through the spine and also lower your arms back down. And let's repeat. Take a nice slow breath in, and as you are working with your breathing here, make it not just about getting into the pose, but make it about your transition. Make it about how there are all these different experiences and sensations to become aware of along the way. So a slow and gradual breath in as you lift up. And a nice long out breath as you roll back down. And I'll give you a little bit more time for this. You can, if you like, inhale, lift up into bridge, and then with your lungs full of air, briefly hold your breath, maybe just for a second, maybe two, and then roll back down. One thing that I've been noticing more and more for myself is how, as I go throughout my day, I'm so focused on all the different events and appointments and things that are happening, but I don't often give myself enough time for transitions. That is where I start to rush, where I start to feel a little bit stressed, where I also stop being mindful with myself and aware. So transitions are really quite valuable, I think. Take a moment and rest as you come onto your back, arms by your sides. And notice how you feel here. Now we're going to finish with one last bridge. This time though, we're going to hold for a little while. So when you're ready, press into the feet, come on up. And the arms can either rest on the ground or you can bring them back and overhead, your choice. And maybe explore a little and see how this feels with your hips being a little bit lower or a little bit higher. Notice sensations changing and just settling into what's right for your body. It's almost like you're exploring a little bit, and there's that moment where it's almost like your body says, yes, right here. This is it. This is exactly what I need. And notice your breath. And for the next few moments, see if you can anchor your attention in your body as fully as you can. Thoughts may pass through, that's okay, and yet that undivided awareness and attention that's right here. And take a couple more breaths. And with your next out breath, slowly, mindfully, really stay with yourself as you let the spine come back down onto the floor. And let the body go for a moment. Notice muscles relaxing. Bring both knees into the chest, and very gently, it doesn't need to be anything extreme, but hug knees in towards your chest, stretch your back. If you'd like to add a little movement, you can roll from side to side ever so slightly. Or maybe move your knees in a circle here, almost giving your back a little bit of a massage. Great. All right. Step your feet down and we'll just finish with a minute-long relaxation. So you can either widen the feet and let the knees knock together, or straighten both legs if you just want to let the body rest completely. Close your eyes and notice your breath. And find any depth in your breathing that feels good in your body. It might be that really relaxed, natural breath, or you may work with some deeper, more intentional breaths, if you like. And while there is that moment where body just gets to be, gets to rest for those last few moments, notice that also how at the same time there's another part in you that's quite awake, that continues to be very aware of what's happening in the body. And take one more breath in here. And let it go. We'll step the feet back onto the floor, roll to your side and bring yourself up to sit. And have a great day. Thank you so much for joining. Namaste.